Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, so the message today is talking about like having a view from a different vantage point. So when I was shuffling at first, it's like nothing would come out. I was using a different deck. I was going to do this Dragon Oracle deck and nothing would come out. I was just getting all these downloads about pretty much over and over again about what we are feeding into right now. And at one point, I had even put on some headphones and I was like listening to these frequencies for abundance and whatever. And my mind kept wanting to feed into some situation that just isn't nourishing, you know? And I kept being shown how when I noticed that, how I can break that feeding tube or whatever and return that energy to me, and how enlivened I felt, how invigorated. And so that energy kind of wanted to really come into your reading today. So when I first I decided to go with a different deck, the Dragon deck, just straight up tarot. The two cards that came out were the Ten of Swords and the Four of Cups. And then cards came after that and I'm like, man, I don't really want to tell this story today. And so fine, we shuffled them all back. The Ten of Swords came out again. So I am going to talk about the Ten of Swords and the Four of Cups really quick. Tens indicate a completion of a cycle. With this one, I always want to say, how many times does a person have to stab you in the back or a situation before you recognize they only have knives for you? And often said, and another way it can be said is, whatever this situation represents, they know what you want. And the way you know that they know what you want is that you've probably been to this point where you were done before. And as you were walking out the door, they tell you what you want to hear. But the minute you get pulled back into their timeline, how much of what you want really seems to matter. So that's the Ten of Swords. That message wanted to come through anyway. With the Four of Cups is like, you're done accepting less than what you deserve. You're done saying yes to something that you know is a no. You're done with that sort of thing, done with this cycle. And then after that, it was this Hierophant that to me just kind of said, rise up and tell your story. Rise up and teach what it is that you've had to learn. And I guess right now we're all, maybe the mirror is getting clearer and clearer. Every time we look at each other, maybe we're recognizing a greater, reflection, hopefully, idealistically, I guess. And so I feel like that's why it was feeling like that, to like rise up and teach. And I don't know why it's like such a call to action, but I don't, if you don't want to like put on a class or anything, you don't have to. I really do think that it is time to rise above whatever this is and remember who the fuck you are. And I like the definition of the Hierophant to be a person who translates the sacred mysteries. And I always want to say it twice. A Hierophant is a person who translates the sacred mysteries. You are the Hierophant if you choose to be. So again, just whatever is meaningful for you, I think it's just really time to live in our authentic sovereignty and whatever's honest for us. And then next to that, we've got the Justice card. And so it's bringing some balance. Whatever this is, whatever this rising above, it's feeling like a phoenix energy, honestly. It looks like a phoenix over here. Whatever that is, it brings a greater balance to your life. And then above that, then we have this Fool card. And so that's getting a view from a different vantage point. Very much a brand new start. And then what it was looking out across, the two that struck me the most, I don't know if I'll get to every card that wanted to come out today, but the Two of Cups was reversed and the Temperance card is upright. And so it's almost like these are the same cups, but instead of pouring yourself into a reflection of yourself, it's pouring into what's going to nourish you most right now. So, whatever, this could be about a relationship, this could be about a business thing, this could be about anything in your life. You could just be breaking up with a former version of yourself or something, but it does look like, not pouring into something that's not going to nourish you, really focusing on you and your power. This is a major arcana. This one is not, even though this can be a sweet card, but this is really about, and I really kind of like these two cards together. something about the Temperance and the Hierophant. It almost feels like they reinforce each other. Pouring into yourself, that self-care, that is part of what you have to teach right now, is kind of what it feels like. And again, the Fool card was like looking out over at these. And then, you know, then there's just some other cards that kind of go into, I think, a situation that you just walked away from. And it does feel like the more you nourish yourself, the more you pour into yourself, the more you're going to gain greater clarity about what was draining your energy. Really, it's like pouring into somebody else or pouring into a situation that's not nourishing you back. It just becomes a drain on your energy. And then it's like, how can you really manifest anything good in your life when you're being used parasitically by another person or people or situations where you can't really give your energy to what it is that you are truly desiring to manifest? So it really does feel like, get that clarity, get clear on what your vision is, get clear on what your mission is, and rise up, pour into you. All right, and trust that new vision. That's all I have for today. Peace and love until next time.